Today is our last day in Israel. We left the Valley of Galilee and drove through the little town of Cana to the town of Nazareth. And our guide brought us to a church house on the brow of a hill, not any of the traditional sites like where Mary's home or an ancient synagogue, but to a church on the brow of the hill. And here we read the account when Jesus returned to his home village of Nazareth and proclaimed that he is the scripture, that it is fulfilled. The town people cried blasphemy and wanted to stone him, which of course would have had him being brought to a cliff. So this church on the brow of the hill is a good representation of an area where that could have happened. As we leave Nazareth, we pass Mount Tabor, or the Mount of Transfiguration. We discuss that as well as the Jezreel Valley and Armageddon. We come to the seashore of the Mediterranean Sea at Haifa and get a good view of the port. We then travel further south along the coast, along the Mediterranean Sea, to the town of Caesarea. Today was a lot of driving. Hard to sit so long. Caesarea is the village that Herod built while ruling Israel and spent most of his time here. Caesarea had a theater as well as a hippodrome. You know, the place where chariots were raced. We're told wintertime along the Mediterranean Sea is a very windy time and a very angry sea, not something that we would want to go dip our toes into. Here at Caesarea, a stone was found that talked about Pilate, where modern day people believe that Pilate may have been a fictitious character made up in the scriptures. This stone talked about Pilate being the prefect of Jerusalem, or like the governor of Jerusalem, and that's why he would have had the right to sentence Christ. These are the remains of Herod's palace at Caesarea. We were brought to the modern parts of town, to the mall, and were able to enjoy us some lunch. This was our last chance in having shawarma here in Israel. My mom was excited to see the McDonald's at the mall and opted for the Mega Big American sandwich. Look what I found while there at the mall. Our final stop of the day was at Jaffa. This is the oldest continuous working port in Israel, and it's right by Tel Aviv. This is the spot where Jonah decided to hop on a ship instead of heading to Nineveh. There's a lot of other historical significance in this area. Napoleon had come to this area as well. And they have a lot of mythology in this area as well. Here is a fountain to the zodiac symbols. So can you find yours? There is also the Rock of Andromeda. And that concludes my trip here in Israel.